Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Chosen Lifelines for Men. My name is Walter Jennings from Chosen Life Specialists, where we have been called to challenge and, if necessary, change the motivation, mentality, and mettle of men. Today, I want to talk about a very common metal that most of us interact with on almost a daily basis. It is aluminum. And again, if you grew up in a house where you were able to cook for yourself, when you were finally allowed to turn on the stove, I don't know about a lot of you, but I know for me, I wasn't allowed to really turn on the stove until I was probably about 9 or 10 years old. And aluminum was one of the first metals, one of the first things that you learned to cook with. So aluminum is an extremely versatile metal with a number of advantages, and it's recognized for being both lightweight and flexible. It can be cast, melted, formed, and machined and extruded, meaning that it can be manufactured into a variety of different shapes, and it can be fabricated to suit myriad of different needs. As I mentioned, when it comes to cooking, it can also be used for artwork, for paneling, for working on buildings. And so it is one of the most flexible metals as it relates to its usage because of its flexibility. It's very versatile, but it also is very strong, and so it is very popular. Some of the things that make it very popular is, of course, again, it's very lightweight. It is also corrosion resistant, as most metals are, but not all of them are. But aluminum is corrosion resistant. It also has great electrical and thermal conductivity, meaning that as far as with cooking, it can help to heat things up, and it's an excellent conductor of heat and electricity, and it's not as conducive as, for example, copper, but it is a much lighter weight, so it's easier to use, and also some of the material within the metal does not transfer over to whatever it is that is heating. That's why you have aluminum foil and sheets more than you have copper sheets, which we're now starting to see copper pots and pans and things like that, but I digress. Also, aluminum has a great reflection and ductility. It is used for rescue blankets and for light fittings because it's able to reflect light and heat, and also it can be recycled. We know that recycling is a really big part of our world in going green and in maintaining our environment and our society. And so, just like aluminum, it is very important that when we are pursuing our goals and our dreams, that we remain flexible. Yes, we want to be tough. Yes, we want to make sure that we are enduring the heat and the pressure and all of the things that come along in our pursuits, but we also want to make sure that we're able to bend and meld when we're thrown different things at us that we didn't necessarily expect. And so, just like aluminum, we want to make sure that we're able to really mold ourselves in order to accomplish what it is that we want to achieve. And so it's important for us to keep a really flexible perspective, for us to also make sure that we are in tune with some of the things that we're being offered. Sometimes we may have to potentially change course within our path. It doesn't mean that we abandon our dream or abandon our goal. What it does mean is that sometimes we have to remain flexible in not only where we're going, but how we intended to get there. Sometimes it may take a little longer than we anticipated. Sometimes there may be some things that we didn't expect, but it's important for us to remain open and flexible as it relates to our path, and to make sure that we are learning along the way and garnering and cultivating our skills, so that when we arrive at our destination, we do so in a way that we're armed with a whole vast range of skills and tools and abilities that we didn't have before we started on our journey. Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this Chosen Lifeline for Men. Be sure to reach out to us at chosenlifespecialist.com. Book a session. We'd love to speak with you and hear more about your individual path and journey and the things that you're hoping to accomplish and succeed in. My name is Walter Jennings from Chosen Life Specialists, where I have been called to partner with you in challenging and, if necessary, changing the mentality, the motivation, and your mettle. We'll see you again soon.